All right, guys, in this video, we're going to cover the cost of living in Fullerton. Here's the itinerary. Go ahead and pop that up for all the different things we'll be covering. First thing is housing. Agent B, talk about housing.
I mean, what do you want to know? I mean, housing, I think in Fullerton compared to a lot of other places in Southern California, we're not the beach, but we're obviously not the Inland Empire, you know? So we're kind of right in North Orange County where probably us, Brea, Placentia, we're kind of on par. Yorba Linda is going to be a little more expensive. La Habra might be a little cheaper, but like the average home cost right now, I think in Fullerton, I just pulled it, it's about $850,000 is your average single family home. That changes week to week though, as a house maybe in the top end falls off, or someone lists a higher level house and it goes up to 950,000 one week. But I mean, we're definitely not the cheapest place to live, but one of the reasons for the housing costs we talked in other videos is why it's so great to live in Orange County or in Fullerton. You know, you're definitely paying for that.
Yeah, and let's throw up that map right now. So like as we look at this map, you can kind of see the different areas.
Yes, we're kind of a tangerine color. We're not quite the burnt orange. So, well, I mean, we're right there. You know, like if you look at that map, you know, we're right there. I don't know where it's at, so I can point to it somewhere. But you know, we're right there, like Fullerton, like I said, Fullerton, Brea, La Habra, that's like the top of North Orange County is where we're at. So we're definitely not the cheapest in North Orange County, but like I said, again, you know, the opportunity you have when you're living here outweighs the cost of being in Fullerton.
Absolutely. What about the renting costs? Let's talk about that more.
Yeah, I mean, rentals, again, I think we're pretty much on par with a lot of other places, but rental prices, because of housing inventory, is definitely going up. You know, a three bedroom, 2-bath house in Fullerton, you're going to be high 2s, low 3s, depending on where in Fullerton it's at. So I would say, you know, on average, we're probably on par with a lot of other places in Southern California for sure. Some of the bigger cities, it all depends on kind of the neighborhoods, but you know, I've had people that get rentals for cheap. But in this market, it's not easy right now because a lot of people are starting to rent thinking the market's going to crash and they'll take advantage of it later, but it's okay. You know, so maybe that won't happen.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Cool. And let's cover the transportation costs. What does that look like?
Well, I mean, gas prices in Southern California. You're getting hosed.
Yeah.
You know, I got a text the other day from one of my clients that lives in Tennessee, and she sent me a picture of the gas price at 99 cents.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and we're like in the mid 3s and going up constantly because just all the taxes and everything we're paying for. You know, I mean, a gallon of gas is a gallon of gas, but the problem is you come to California, it's a lot more.
Yes.
So,
yes.
But in Fullerton, it's not going to vary much difference than other places in Southern Cal, you know. And then here, I know we were talking about, you know, you have the train here, so if you don't want to drive, which is great about Fullerton, because wherever you're at in Fullerton, you can jump. If you have a bike or whatever, you take an Uber to the train station. You know, the train tickets are going to be, you know, pretty manageable, and you can go to anywhere in Southern California or up to Northern California, really anywhere in the country. You can catch connections as well. So definitely.
Let's talk about taxes.
I hate taxes.
I know. Nobody likes taxes.
Yeah, talk about taxes. I mean, sales tax rate manageable. I think we're like 7.75 in Fullerton until they decide to, you know, pump us up for something crazy. But I know in our property tax, though, in the area is like just over 1%, 1.09, something like that. So it's pretty manageable property tax. And most of the homes here in Fullerton are going to be on the older side. So you don't get dinged. Like if you go to some place where there's new builds, you get hammered with the assessments and the Mellorews and those type of things, which could be like another, you know, 0.5%, 1/4%. And hey, in the video, here comes my kid. There we go. He goes to Fullerton too. We'll just keep rolling though. That's what we do. Well, like I was saying, but Mellorews, we don't have Mellorews, we don't have assessments and things like that on most of our properties in Fullerton. So the property tax stays pretty low. It's good.
Awesome. And you said that's typically paid quarterly.
You can typically pay quarterly. But with most of my clients, if they buy a house, like with us, we've rolled that into our escrow. So it's you know, you impound it. Those are your impounds. So you can put those in, so it's automatically paid through your escrow or through your monthly payments. It automatically goes to that. So you don't have to worry about it. You miss it, and then the government's coming after you for your taxes. Don't want that.
No, we don't want that. But we do want good food. Let's talk about the food and affordability on
I tell you, food, you can just stop talking because I can talk about food all day. because this is what I do. I eat. Look at me. I eat. Okay. I mean, especially in Fullerton, I mean, you got like, I think like 50 or 60 bars and restaurants, in the down. I'm gonna put this right here. Yeah, there's nobody there. Nobody walking behind me. Just shooting a video. You can talk about 50 or 60 restaurants all within like 8 square blocks in Fullerton. They range from Chipotle and Clyde's Hot Chicken, which is amazing, and it's it's drive through too, so it's like go get your chicken. And
Yes.
you can go from like as mild as I want it to as red hot as your glasses, man.
Yes, as I want it.
The frames. So at Clyde's, that's affordable. But then you go to like the medium pricing, and you got places like the Twisted Vine. You've got Bourbon Street and the Bowery and the Old Ship, which are all kind of their own type of food. Anything from Twisted Vine is wines and really kind of almost tapas style serving, where Bourbon Street is New Orleans type of stuff, but probably the best burgers in Southern California. And then you've got the Bowery, which is really pizza as big as my kitchen. Okay. But it's just massive. And then the Old Ship is English food, but the food is all amazing. And that's the whole thing. And people know about the bar scene in Fullerton.
Yes.
But they don't know about the food, and the food is there. You got to get there before the crazy people show up after 10 o'clock and get the most amazing food you're ever going to get in Southern California. If you can either go downstairs in downtown Fullerton, downstairs to the cellar for like French cuisine and like some amazing food, or you can go up to the top of the hill at the corner of, what are we on, Bass and Cherry and State College, the Summit House, which is just like, you can get some of those amazing traditional food there too. And it's just, I mean, you cannot beat the food really in Fullerton. It's really tough to do it. You've got to find. I was just traveling, and we had some amazing food, and this food rivals that. For the selection of what you can get. So
nice, excellent. Let's talk about the utilities. So typical electrical costs.
Yeah, typical electrical. You're going to get hammered in California.
Yes.
They decided to want to deregulate it, and everyone's like, hey, you're paying as much as possible. So electrical, based on the size of your house, you're anywhere from a couple $100 a month in those summer months up to $500-600, maybe $800 a month. It depends if you have a pool too. So we'll talk about it later, but I talk about solar. I would get solar if you're in Southern California for sure. Stick it on your roof. Gas, natural gas, $20 to $30 a month, unless you're heating a pool and doing all that type of stuff. Trash, usually billed every couple of months. $150 a month on your trash, maybe a little bit more, depending on where you're living in Fullerton.
Nice. Yeah, dive more into solar.
Yeah.
Is it okay to buy a house with solar, or what's that look like?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm selling a house right now that has solar, and I've sold them in the past. I've had clients buy them, and you can work out the deal on solar. Is it paid for already? Is it leased? Do you have to qualify for it? How do you take it over? The solar really comes down to how long are you going to be in the home. I'm not going to tell you to go out. You should put solar on your home right now if you're going to be gone in 2 years.
Right.
Because you're probably leasing it. If you're buying it, that's definitely a bad idea, because if you close escrow, someone may want you to pay that off, and it may be anywhere between $20,000 to $50,000 for your solar. You got to really decide, are you going to be in it for the long term? Like we put solar on our roof like 5-6 years ago. We're probably going to be here for another 5-10 years, so it'll be worth it for us.
Yeah.
Because our bill goes down to almost zero, then we got a pool. Now it's about $100 a month on top of our lease payment, but it's well worth it for sure.
Right, because it would be way more.
It could be $800, $1,000 a month especially when everyone was home for COVID and all that type of stuff, and everyone's in the house in the summer. It's 100 degrees outside. You got the air conditioning set at 76 all day.
Yeah.
78. I know they tell us 78, but 76 is better. But hey, we got solar. We're going to 74.
You're doing your part with solar.
Right.
Healthcare. We're going to throw up an index map up there. Tell us about healthcare in Fullerton.
Okay. Well, I mean, healthcare, I don't know. I mean, you're going to throw the map up because I don't really know healthcare pricing and that type of stuff. I'm agentB, not Dr. agentB. So, but I can tell you though, you break your arm, you get hurt, something happens to you major in Fullerton, you're right up the hill or right down the hill, wherever you live. You got St. Jude's basically medical center now. It's not just St. Jude's Hospital anymore. Yeah. They built a bridge across. They got buildings on both sides, and it's pretty incredible the level that they're going at. So the healthcare is definitely probably some of the best healthcare, and I would say I don't know the difference between breaking your leg and setting it here as it is down at Hoag Hospital or anything else, but I know the level of healthcare here is pretty incredible. People move. I have people, seniors, moving to the area because the healthcare is so much better in St. Jude's here. They want to be by the hospital.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And last but not least, let's talk about schooling and the things like that with costs.
I mean, schools, remember, we've got two, I don't know how many blue ribbon schools are in Orange County. I think we can pop that up somewhere around here.
Yeah.
But out of them, we've got two of them.
Yeah. And
Fistler and Acacia. And I know at times Laguna Road's been on that list. I know other schools have been on that list as well, as far as elementary schools go. And I know that some of the private schools like St. Juliana is trying to get blue ribbon status as well. So if they get it, that'll be 3 at the same time in the same city. So that's pretty incredible. People move here for the schools for sure. Private schools in the area, you have, like I said, St. Juliana is one of them. You have Arborland Montessori, Eastside Christian, Rosary Academy as a high school. It used to be Rosary High School, but then they got academy status.
Wow.
Whatever that means. All I know is the bill went up. My kid was there. But the education here, and then obviously you have one of the best public high schools in the country in Troy High School here.
Yeah.
And people are coming in, they're taking the train up from like San Diego or coming in from the Inland Empire and stuff just to be at that school, to test in to get into Troy Tech and Troy IB. So you probably have some of the best education in Southern California right here in Fullerton. So
yeah.
And one of them's public, like I said, so you don't have to pay for it.
Right.
Pay for it with we call it something else. Where you're paying for it with
the Troy tax.
Troy tax. That's right. It's a Troy tax. You're paying for the Troy tax for sure. So yeah.
All right. So this is the cost of living in Fullerton. Any other questions? Go ahead and shout out to Brian Bartholomew, Agent B, and he will be able to answer any of your questions.
Well, if you're on YouTube, put it in the little chat box down there.
Yeah, throw it in the description if you think we missed the cost of living, and we'll be sure to reply to you. All right. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.